Hi, now me and my friend are going to present our problem based task for DFN 40253 Cloud Computing subject. Our lecturer name is Noor Shahidayu binti Othman. My name is Shwali Gunasagaran. My metric number is 21 DDT 21 F1122, while my friend's name is Keerthi Kumraguru and her metric number is 21 DDT 21 F1025. The topic outlines are first is we will create IM user. Then after we creating IM user, we will create a VPC, subnets, route tables, and internet gateway. Later on, we will create instances and security groups. Uh, then the fourth thing is connect SSH in command prompt. And lastly, we are gonna create a route 53. To create IAM user, first of all, we have to log in our root user in the AWS account. Then later on, in the dashboard, we have to click the IAM tab. Then, secondly, we have to click the Add User tab to create IAM user. Now we are going to key in the user names. The username is ev-cloud-admin, and then we have to tick the box which says provide user access to the AWS management console, and then also we have to tick I want to create IAM user box, and then it will pop up a new tag which says uh, provide password. So we have to click the custom password box, and then we have to put the password which is evp at double s double zero, and then also lastly we have to check user have to create a new password after sign in box. So after we doing all the things, we can click next to create the IAM user. Here we can see that we have created the IAM user name EV Cloud Admin. To create the user group, we have to click return to the user list and then click user group icon. After we clicking the user group tag, then we have to click create group tag to create a user group. The next picture it shows that we have to key in the user group name which is EV admin. After we create the group, it shows that we have created the EV admin group for our IM user. For the group we have created, we have to access some group permissions to the group. We have to put 9 permission to create the group, which are administrator access, CloudWatch full access, Amazon EC2 full access, Amazon Route 533 full access, Amazon VPC full access, system administrator, database administrator, network administrator, and finally AWS CloudTrail underscore full access. There are 9 permissions to put in the user group. Now here we can see that user group name EV admin we have created, and then also we have added the our IM user to the group finally. After we completing the creating of user group, we have to click the users tag in the left side of the dashboard. Later on, we have to click the EV Cloud admin name. Then it will show like this, and we have to click the security credential tag and then copy the link that they have given. We paste it to the new tab in the Google Chrome we have opened to sign in as the IM user. Before we sign in to the AV Cloud admin, we have to change the old password to new. So after we change the new password, we can click the confirm password change, and then we can sign in to the IM user that we have created. Now we are going to create VPC. For that, we have to click the VPC tag in the dashboard, and then we have to key in the name, which is EVN-VPC, and then we have to input the IPv4 CIDR 10.0.0.0/16, and then we have to click the create VPC tag below. Then the VPC will be created. Here is the proof that we have created the AVN VPC. Okay, to create subnets, we have to click the subnet tags which have in the VPC dashboard on the left side, and then after we click that, we have to choose the VPC that we are gonna create subnet. So now we gonna choose the EVN VPC, and then we have to click the create subnet tag. We are going to create three subnets. The first subnet is EVN-public 1. The availability zone for this subnet is US is North Virginia 1A, and then the IPv4 CIDR block is 10.0.0.0/24. To add the second subnet, we have to click Add New Subnet tag and then key in the details, which is the subnet name EVN-private. The validity zone is US East North Virginia 1A, and then the IPv4 CIDR block for this subnet is 10.0.1.0/24. Okay, the last subnet is event-public 2. The validity zone is US East North Virginia 1B. It is different because this subnet is in the different availability zone, and then the IPv4 CIDR block is 10.0.2.0/24. After we key in the details for three subnets, we can click the create subnet uh, tag below. And then for second picture, you can see here that we have created the three subnets successfully. Now we gonna enable auto assign public IPv4 address for event public 1 and event public 2. For that, we have to tick the event public 1 box and then go to actions. Later on, click edit subnet settings. So after that, we can see the second picture. There is an interaction that tells that enable auto assign public IPv4 address. We have to click that box and then click save below. Then there will be a auto assign public IPv4 address for event public 1. We repeat this test step for event public 2 also, so that these two subnets can have their public IPv4 address auto assigned. Now in this slide I'm going to tell you about how to create internet gateway. First of all, we have to click internet gateways tag in the left side of the panel, and then we have to click create internet gateway tag on the right side of this panel. Later on, we have to key in the name of internet gateway that we are going to create, which is evn-igw, and then lastly we can click the create internet gateway icon below the panel, so the internet gateway will be created. After we create the internet gateway, we have to attach to the VPC. For that, we have to click the attach to a VPC tag on the right side of the panel. Then we have to select what VPC we're gonna attach to. So now I'm gonna select EVN VPC that we've created to attach with the internet gateway. Now we are going to continue to create the web server instance. For that, we have to click the instance tag on the left side of the panel above. After that, we have to click the launch an instance orange color tag. Later on, it will pop up the windows to create the instance. So for the name and text, we're gonna put the name of our web server instance, which is evn-web. Later on, we're gonna choose the application and OS images for this web is Amazon Linux AWS.
To create the key pair, we need to click the create new key pair button and then we need to create key pair. For this, we have created CCPBT key pair. After creating the key pair, we need to click the edit button next to the network setting. After clicking the network setting, we need to choose the correct VPC, which is for us is EVN VPC. And then for the subnet, as we can see from the topology, web server is under the EVN public 2 subnet. So we need to choose that. After that, we need to create security group. For this is EVN Web SG. Okay, so the description, we copy the group security group name, which is evian-web-sg. For the inbound security group rule, we have for this web server, we have applied SSH, HTTP, and HTTPS. So the source type will be anywhere IPv4. Okay, next we're going to create the database server instance. For this, we're going to put the name as evian-db, and then the application and OS image, or as known as Amazon Machine Image, AMI, we are going to leave it as default. Next, we're going to put the key pair login that we already created, which is for ours is CCPBT. And then for network setting, we need to click edit, and then we need to choose the VPC that we are doing for this lab, which is Evian VPC. And for database server, we are going to use Evian private subnet. So we need to create a new security group for database, which is Evian database security group, Evian DBSG. So for the inbound security group rules in the database security group, we are using SSH, all ICMP IPv4, HTTP, MSSQL, and MySQL/Aurora. Okay, as we can see, we have successfully created our database server in our instance. Next, we're going to create net instance. As usual, we need to put the name and tag, which is for net instance, we use Evian Net. And then the application and OS image for net is we need to search in the search box NAT, and then under the community AMI's menu, click the first result that comes out. So for instant type, we are going to keep it as default, which is T2 micro. Key pair login is proceed without a key pair because net instance doesn't need any key pair. So for the network setting, as usual, we need to click edit, and then we need to edit the VPC, which is Evian VPC for our lab. And then our net instance is under Evian public 1 subnet. So we need to choose that. And the security group is we need to create a new security group for net instance, which is Evian Net ST. So for the net instance, we're going to apply the SSH, HTTP, and HTTPS security group rule for the inbound. So now we're going to edit the route table. To do that, so we need to go to the VPC service. Under the route table menu, click the default route table that has been created as the Evian VPC. So we need to rename it as the main route table. So for this, we have named it as Evian RT-main. And then we're going to edit the routes, which is we need to click the routes menu and edit route. After clicking the edit route, the destination should be 0.0.0/0 always, and the target should always be the internet gateway, as the main route table is an public. It will be now we need to edit the subnet association for the main RT. So click the main RT checkbox, and then under the subnet association menu, we need to click the edit subnet association. Later then, for the main route table, we need to associate only the public subnets. So for this, we're going to associate the public 1 and public 2 subnet. And then click the save associations button. Now we need to create the sub route table. To do that, so we need to click the create route table under the VPC service route table menu. And then we need to key in the name, which is for this is Avian RT sub. And then the VPC should be the correct VPC that we are using for our PBT. And then we need to create the route table. After that, we need to edit the route for the sub route table also. So as usual, we need to click the route, edit route under the route menu. After clicking the edit route, we need to click the destination has 0.0.0 slash 0, and then for the target is we need to go to the instance and click the avian net instance. As for the sub RT, we always going to use the net instance. So we need to click the save changes. After that, we need to do the subnet association. So we need to go to the subnet association menu and click the edit subnet association. So after clicking the edit subnet association, for the sub route table, we are going to associate the private subnet. So for this, we're going to choose the Evian dash private. After that, we need to click the save association, and then it will be associated with the sub route table. Now we need to connect the web server to the SSH client. To do so, we need to go to the EC2 service and then check the checkbox button beside um, the web server instance and then click connect on the top. After that, we need to go to the SSH client. Under that, there will be a command. We need to copy that. It is our key pair command to paste in our command prompt on our device command prompt. Before pasting the command that we copied, our keypad command, we need to check whether our keypad is available on our device. To do that, so I have, as I know, always the keypad I downloads will be placed in my downloads file. So I went into the CD downloads and type dir so that I can check the keypad file under the downloads directory. As we can see the screenshot, my keypad is under the downloads file. After that, we need to paste the command we copied from the EC2 command for the keypad. And then we need to let it load until we can see a bird bird image pop out. So it means we can continue with our next step. After the bird image pop out, we need to go to sudo su to go get into the root user mode. And then we need to install the HTTPD. To do that, so we have typed the command yum-y install HTTPD and then systemctl enable HTTPD, systemctl start HTTPD and cd-var-www-html. I mean slash HTML. And then we need to wait until it installs everything and it shows complete. After that, we need to create a file to launch our web server. To do that, we need to go to the nano index.html. After clicking the nano index.html, we will be able to write our coding that we need to display on our web server. So we have created the coding. After that, we need to copy the IP address of our web server instance and then paste it in our search engine. After that, we need to enter. So if we are successfully done every step, the output will be shown as how we created the coding. So for me, there has no any error. It successfully, the output has been uh, launched. Next, we need to go to the Route 53 service. And then under that service, we need to create the hosted zone. To do so, we need to click the create hosted zone button. And then we need to create the hosted zone domain name for this problem-based task. We need to put our metric number. So we have put the metric number 21dt21f1025.edupbu.com. And then we need to create. So after creating the hosted zone, we need to create record. For this, we need to create the click the create record button. After that, we will go into the create record section. So for this, we need to, the record type is, we need to put a record, which is routes traffic to an IP4 address and some AWS resources. For the value, I have pasted my web server instance IP address, which is 3.89.241.27. And then for the TTL seconds, we're going to put 90. And the routing policy is simple routing. And then we click the create record button. Finally, we have created the record. So as we can see, there will be the record type A, record type NS, and the record type of SOA. So for the record type A that we have just created, the value is the web server instance IP address. So now we need to copy the hosted zone we have created, which is the 21 dgt21f1025.edupb.com, and then we need to paste it in our search engine. So when we paste it, make sure the output is same as how we did the coding for the web server instance. So if it's successful, then we have finished the problem-based task that has been given. So for me, the output has been cleared. So this is all from us. Thank you.